Hey guys, welcome back to Selenium with Java, April 2024 batch, online training session 9. In today's session, I will cover the remaining important topic from TestNG, where you can learn what is the importance of group in TestNG, how to execute only failed test cases without listener and with listener, what is TestNG parameterization, what is data provider, what are listeners, and how you can perform the parallel test execution with the help of Selenium WebDriver and TestNG. So in first session you already seen right how to install TestNG, how to create the test case, what are the different annotation, right? What is the priority, all this stuff. And today, and you already also converted the normal Java project to a TestNG project where you generated the testng.xml file through which you are able to run multiple classes at the same time from the testng.xml file. So we will see the important of this topic in today's session. So I already mentioned in TestNG there is another important feature is called grouping. Suppose in case you are having 100 test cases, right? Say, but all 100 test cases you will never run always. Instead of that, so for any kind of small deployment, you'll be only running the sanity suit, right? Major deployment, you'll be running the regression suit. Sometimes you can run the end-to-end part. Sometimes based on the functionality, also you can learn application A, B, C, all this stuff. So you can group one test case in different category, right? Okay. So one test case may cover application to B and C, right? And testing types is sanity suit, regression, all this stuff. Other test cases cover application A, B, D like that, and it will only cover the UAT testing. That is the way you can group one test case in a multiple category. So group in TestNG denotes the process of grouping different test case or test method together into a straightforward group and running this test or method together by just running the group in a single command through this test or method are belonging to different classes. So it will be different class. It will not consider a single class. So it can be right. Suppose say for every pages you are creating a separate class. So you can have the group also accordingly. So based on a requirement, you can just try to run the group. So based on the group, it will filter the test cases and execution will happen. So instead of wasting so much time, whatever is your intention, you can run them quickly and get the desired result in quick span of time. Okay. So first thing is that you need to create the test cases and then you need to give the group. After that you need to go to the testng.xml file and you need to give this following pattern. After the before the class group run include name run and group. Okay, then we will see how we can run it. So I already created a class session 9 which is testng class. You could able to see here. Okay, where I have created four test cases, method 1, method 2, method 3 and method 4. This is simply just printing out that part. And now here at the rate test I have given this syntax group first bracket group equal to, and you can given multiple group like that way within the double bracket. So that is a simple way you can create the group. You can add a group also, right? If you want to give more group, right? Here simply double quote and give the exact group name. Okay, it will also affect the uppercase lowercase also. Okay, so better to give that same way. Okay, that is the way you can group n number of group for a single test cases. Group equal to within the double quote group name within the double quote. That's all. So I have given created four test cases and I have given the group accordingly. Now what you need to do? So same line you need to copy and you need to paste it here, right? Whatever already mentioned here, right? Group run include tag run and group. So now my question is that instead of test one is covering test application 1 regression test mock test, here test application 2 and mock test 3 integration test application 2 regression test, and here test case 4 is maybe covered all application. That is the reason I did not given the application name, and here it is covering mock test and UAT test. So now I want to run the mock test. So what you need to do within the include tag, you need to give the exact mock test within the double quote. So instead of running all the test cases, what you can do, you can right click and you can try to run with the help of test suite, right? Run as testng suite. That part I already covered. So in case Java project, it will be Java application. In case it is a individual class, it will be testng test. It will run everything. All the four test cases will be run, right? You could see and getting the output. Here if you go here, you could able to see method 1, method 2, method 3, method 4. Because you are running it from the class level, so it is not filtering anything. It is running all the test cases. But here maybe 100 test cases there I don't want to run. Or maybe in multiple classes I have 500 test cases from 5 classes. I want to run maybe only smoke test or regression test or maybe particular application related test cases. So what you can do, you can give that tag name, okay, and run it. You could see 1 2 4. Why 3 not run? Because you could see for test case number 3 there is no group present. It's called smoke test, but smoke test is available in the method 1, method 2 and method 4. That is the reason, based on the filter criteria smoke test, it got run method 1, method 2, method 4. Now next question will come, that I just want to run everything excluding that smoke test. So what you can do, simply you can give, instead of includes, exclude ex, that's all. So now what it will do, it will try to run everything excluding smoke test. So that's simple solution. Okay, you could see. Okay, you can give multiple category as well. So it will first run that one, or you can include other one, another condition, right? So I don't want to run excluding everything. Apart from that, I want to run in with some tag, right? Test application 1, like let's give. Okay, so it will run both the thing one by one. Okay, so it will filter both the criteria. Okay, but both the criteria means and part is not matching at all anywhere. Okay, so that is the reason. So either you can just go with that one. Okay, multiple means multiple conditions only match. You could see now it is running method 1. Okay, then next question will come, that suppose say I want to run everything with some word. Okay, that is possible or not? So that is also possible. Okay, so say I want to run everything starting with that word test ap. Okay, so what will run? It will run 1, because if I give test application 1, only run 1. If I give test application 2, only run 1. But I want to run everything starting with some word, right? Maybe that word, wherever present, I want to run everything. Okay, so what I can do, I have given also here, right? Include name, then word dot start. Okay, simply give that one test app, then give dot start, means after that whatever word it will be present, it will work. Okay, so that is another approach. Okay, now wherever test app word is present, it will try to run 1 2 and 3 run. So let's verify here. So for 1 that word is present, 2 also that present, method 3 also that word is present, right? And 4 there is no such word. That is the reason it did not run. So that is another beauty of the testing group. Sometime, right, you can have like all the applications, say app A, app B, app 3, like that is the way. But you want to run with starting with app word. So you can also do this thing. So that is the way you can do the grouping part using testng, and it is only one time activity to create the test cases, to give the group, and then just proceed with the execution based on the, so it will first filter it and then it will execute it. That's the beauty of the grouping in testng. So it is very very important aspect in testng. Then next one is how to execute only failed test cases in testng without listener class. Okay, so say let's fail one test cases here. Okay, let's fail one test case. Okay, and let's remove the group. That part is not required, and simply okay. Now one test case will fail because I have given some assertion failure. Okay, you could see one test case got failed, right? Okay, so why it is failure? This is the problem. Let's fit one more test cases. Now both the test cases will be there failed. Okay, so two test cases fail. Now in case you want to run from here, every time it will run all the test cases again and again and again. But whatever is already passed, my intention is not to run them again and again and again. Instead of that, I want to focus on the execution of the failed test cases. So what is my solution? There is two solution. I will cover it one by one. One is without listener class, one is with listener class. Okay, so here if you run 10 times, it will run everything. But in case say you are having 500 test case, it will take maybe couple of hours to run. So is it possible to run every time? No. Then what is the best solution? To run the failed test case only. So you have to refresh the project, right? Go to the test output folder, and there will be something called testng.fail.xml. Open it, and you could now able to see here it is okay only having the test case which is got fail. What is failure? Test method 1 and 2 got fail. It is only having these two test cases, not the other. Now let's run it from here. You could able to see only the failure test case is running, and you can get the result why it is failing. Right? That's the beauty. Right? Now let's pass one test cases. So one test case will be passed out of failure. So it will only try to run the failed one what was failed in the last time. Now let's see, and now you could see one test case pass and one fail. Now you could see immediately it got changed to one. Right, method 2 got passed, so it is removing everything automatically. So it will only having the failed test case. Now if you again run, it will only run one test case because one test case, more test case from the failure part got filed. So you can get the desired result immediately instead of running them and wasting your time. Okay, sometimes past test case might be fail also due to some internet network slow and other stuff. So your objective whatever is past, you are having the evidence. There is no need to run for that time because otherwise you will be having every day you will be running, every day will be some will failing, and you will not able to identify right what is the root cause. You cannot fix them. So instead of that, whatever pass you already having the evidence, and whatever fail your concern is like for those test cases. So you can proceed with that way. So that is the another approach available in TestNG to deal with only the failed test case, and it will definitely help you a lot of savings time. Because in the real time might be 5% test case, 10% test case failed because those are not actual failure. Sometimes failure because of some internet connectivity issue, sometimes filing issue, sometimes some exception, sometimes something got changed. So you can only instead of 1000 test case only maybe 2% test case got failed because of this issue. So you can isolate 20 test case and you can run them only, and you can try to find out what is the issue, and out of which whatever is passing automatically they will proceed. Okay, so that is the another beauty of the test engine. Next one is test engine parameterization. After that I will take a pause. In case you are having any questions, we will discuss. Okay, before proceed to that, in case any questions anyone from these two topics, grouping and how to execute failed test cases without listener class. All good?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go to the next topic, which is parameterization. So I just told, right, covered that there testing there's two important aspects. One is called parameterization, and one is called data driven testing. So what is parameterization means? With same set of data, you will try to execute multiple test cases. Whereas data driven testing is nothing but you will be running similar test cases with different variety of the data. So one of the important features of testing is parameterization. These features will allow user to pass parameter to test as argument. This is supposed by using testng at the rate parameter annotation. Right? So let's see how we can do the parameterized testing. Let's comment out this part for now. Let's try to create something at the rate test. Public void say add, and you can give something called integer a, integer b, like that, whatever way you can pass some argument. Say integer a comma integer b. Okay, and so iso a plus b, that is your objective. Okay, in case you are having couple of stuff, say say multiply a star b, say deep subtraction, right, a minus b. So that is the three thing you want to do. If you are running it from here, it will be not be working properly because you have just defined that argument, but there is no other value, so it will be throwing the error, right? There is only argument, but no value is there. Okay, so if you run it from here also similarly it will work. It will throw the error. Okay, because this is only argument a and we did not able to understand what is this all about. So you can do some parameter adjacent. So how you can do here? You can give something called parameter. Okay, so if you give the right syntax exactly parameter, so you could able to see import something right from the test ng annotation. Please be remember it will be from the test ng annotation, not from the b base, otherwise it will fail. Now here you can give some parameter. So within the first bracket, then you can give some double single bracket, then say param 1 and then param 2. Okay, so yeah, I need to end second bracket. Yeah, because that param 1 will match with a and param 2 will match with b. So in case you are having couple of arguments, so you can give multiple parameter. Sometime you can give param a and param a also, same parameter, that not be a problem. So similar way you can give after test or before test, that does not matter, it will work same way. So that test case it will impact. Now I have given something two parameter. So param 1 is mapping with a or mapping b. Here you can change the value, that not be a big deal at all. Okay, so sometimes people confuse that do I need to give same argument? No, that is not be a problem. So you can give anything. Although what it will do, the param 1 will match with first argument, and in case you are having sequential, like that is the way. So you can give any kind of argument name, that not be a problem at all. Okay, so let's save it. Then how can you do the parameterization here? So here I already mentioned, right, you need to give param name, parameter and the corresponding value. Let's go here and simply do the copy, no need to change anything. Okay, so that part I will simply copy and I can paste here either before after test or before before test, that not be a problem. So param 1 test name is, what is the parameter 1 name, so you need to give it, right, param 1, that is my parameter name, give it and value. So say I want to give something called maybe 50. Similar way I can give another parameter. Okay, param 2 I can give as 10. Now let's try to run it from the test ng shoot or XML file. You could see now three things got implicated. So first one is addition, right? What is addition? 5 and 10 60, multiplication 5 and 10 500, and subtraction is 40. So that is the way it is behaving, right? So it means with same data you can have n number of things. Now you can copy the same thing again here and you can give it the cart and paste to the shoot level, so it will work in the same way, that not be a problem, it will give you the same result. Okay, but in case same parameter is available both shoot level and test level, but value is say different here, so what value it will take? It will consider the test level first and then shoot level. In case something is available at the test level, it will just discard the shoot level. You could see now it got changed, 500 plus 100, same parameter, but value is changed at the shoot level or the test level, but it will consider first at the test level, it will not consider. In case something is not available at test level, then it will consider from the shoot level. So that is the beauty. Now you could say, now tomorrow I want to change one more thing, instead of a b I want to give one more thing called integer c, right? That is possible, right? You can have n number of things. So is it not possible? Now you need to map it, you need to give one more parameter. Okay, So what you can do, you can give one more parameter, or you can just give the same parameter as a other thing, right? Param 3. Okay, now what you can do, okay, you can just give the new parameter as param 3, add it simply. That's simple thing. Okay, give it and give it say 200. Now run it. So that is the way parameter will work. You could see now 3 parameter is for the addition wherever is applicable, but for other two method it is 2 parameters. So in case have n number of parameter, and you can give the value at the should level or thresh level wherever it will be there. That is the way you can do the parameterization. Means you are having same test case, sorry, you are having multiple test cases, but you want to run them with same variety, sorry, same set of data. That's the actual of the parameterization. Then the data provider, so it is quite different. You are having a single test cases and you want to run it n number of time with different variety of the data. That's all. Okay, so what we will do, okay, so let's comment out this step for now. Source add block, project explorer, let's go for anything. Let's try to copy it. Okay, sorry, you need to keep one thing called okay, public at the red test annotation, and then that is the way you can create public void, say Facebook login. That's all. That's the method, right? So I'm setting the property from the com driver and launching the Facebook page. Okay, so then what I do, let's go here and let's try with Facebook. Okay, let's inspect those elements. Press F12 button here. Okay, let's try to see. Okay, it is email, name equal to email. So driver dot find element y dot name email dot send keys, say 1 2 3, just colon. Similarly for the password field, you want to give something, right? This pass, say, let's inspect for the password part also. It is name equal to email. For the password field, let's see what is the name id, name equal to pass. Now let's try to run it. Let's see what is happening. So to launch the thing, it's working, right? And you can close the browser as well at the end. So now next question is that you can click on the sign in button, you can verify that login is successful, all this stuff. I'm not going to that. So your objective is that like to validate your 10 to 20 or 30 user ID password working or not, right? So you need to copy the code again and again and again after opening the Facebook page, right? And you need to run them. But in case some changes you need to change everywhere. But I don't want to run them because I want to run the same test case again and again, but with the different variety of the data. Okay, so how can I run it? So approach is very simple. Okay, so what you need to do, so you need to go with the, okay, called data provider part concept. So you can create something called data provider. Okay, data provider. So we'll be creating a um, object here. No need to go with that object here. First try to create a method. So access type will be public, and then say get user and password. Simple thing. So that is the way you need to create it. Okay. Then what we will be doing? I will be throwing the error because I did not given the return type, because method should always give the return type, either void or anything, right? So I will be creating some object. So here I want to give something called two-dimensional, right? Okay, user and password every time. Okay, so I need to give some two dimension. That is the object form, right? Two-dimensional object. You can give some variable name called data. One second. That is the dimension data variable name. Okay, and here you can give equal to new object, and you can give the row and column. So row is what is row? What is row? Row is nothing but number of iteration, and column is nothing but the number of field you want to interact. Okay, so I want to run maybe for 3 times, and my column field I know it is only username and password 2 field. So now what you can do, you can, that is my variable name. So it will be m cross x matrix. Okay, m is 3 here row. It will go from 0, 1 and 2, and column which is nothing but 2, so it will value will be 0 and 1. So data you need to give the two dimension equal to say user 1. Okay, so you need to give it. So first is row 0 means the first iteration, and column 0 means first field, so it will be 0. Similar way you can just do it for the first set. Iteration 1 second field pass 1, that way. Okay, so now second data sheet, second iteration, so it will be row 1 column 0, row 1 column 1. So user 2 and pass 2, second combination. So that is the way you can have n number of things. So now third one combination. So sorry, row will be 2 because it is n minus 1. So row is number of iteration and column is number of field you want to interact. User 3, pass 3. Now you need to return it, return the data. Okay, so that is return data. So that data you will be entering somewhere, right? That is the return, you need to return the data. So how, what is returning? You are returning data. What is data? Data is object. So that part you copy it and paste it as return type. That's all. Now go done, right? So I am having 3 data combination, means 3 iteration and 2 data sheet. 2 field I want to interact, username and password. Now you need to map it here. So here you need to first map as a data provider. Okay, it is coming from the test engine, right? Data provider equal to, within the double quote you need to give the whatever method you have created. Okay, equal to, in the double quote you need to give the method name whatever you have created, and here in the before the method name you need to give something called data provider. Data provider which is coming from the test engine. So that is the data provider you are watching, means so you are fetching the data from here, and now you are matching with here. That part is done. It's okay. But here so we have hard coded it, but I don't want to hard code it. I want to pass as argument. So here what I can do, I can give something called string, say uname comma string as password. Okay, because that will match with the column. Okay, that part, and then simply you just provide it here. Just remove that hard coded value. So every time it iterate it, and every time it will give the value. That simple thing you need to map. Okay, so first you need to create the data provider, then you need to change the map it with the data provider in the SKSS name. You need to pass the argument how many number of field you want to interact, and simply just paste the argument value, so that automatically it will change. Now if you try to run it from here, or maybe test.xml file, it will work the same way. You will try to run different number of combination of data. User 1 password 1, username 2 password 3 automatically. You could see. That's the beauty. You don't need to change anything. That part in next season will show you that it will be covered in terms of Excel sheet. We'll be creating the data sheet from the Excel and we'll try to read it and work it. Now say I want to run for one more time. Four or five set, right? Five set. So simply you can do it. Five set. Your field is still common, right? You want to just increase the data set. So it will be 3031. So fourth iteration 4041 is the fifth iteration. So you need to change the iteration. In case you are having three value, you can give it 3 and you can have like 3 field like that. So here I can give username 4, password 4, sorry 3, yeah, that's fine. Fourth set, fifth set, like that. That's all. So I don't need to change anything in my code, right? So code and data is independent here. Simply you need to update the data sheet. That's all. Okay, now if you run it, or maybe from the test engine XML file, okay, it will run in the same way. You could see it will run in the same way. What problem? Okay, array index out of bound exception. Okay, index 5 and length 5. Okay, so here I have given 5. Okay, so that is the reason it's problem. So you don't need to worry about that. Which line number it is throwing there, you could see 47 line, right? Session 947. That is the way you can automatically highlight it, because you have given as 5. So you are giving size as 6 actually, but which is size is 5. So you cannot give it more than that. That is the way you can debug the thing here, right? So run as and shoot. Now you could see it will run for 5 times with username 1 password 1, username 2 password 2, 3 3 4 4 5 5 like that. So that is the beauty of this part. So in case you have to run the same test case with different variety of the data, you need to give the data provider concept. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? So just need little bit practice. So I am trying to cover it best the easiest way. In case you are able to practice it, that will help you. No worry. All good? Okay, cool. Next important topics is listener. Here I will cover 2 or 3 things related to listeners. So what is the objective of listener? What simple meaning listener means? Listener, listening, right? Fast. So sometimes we cannot act without listening properly. So listeners are similar way. They will listen first and then they will act accordingly. Okay. So sometimes user wish to modify the behavior of test engines during script development, and this can be done by interface. So you already see interfaces. Interface is nothing but 100% abstract class. So there will be a lot of class. So that will be unimplemented. But whenever you are using interface, you need to implement all the classes. So the interfaces will help the user to do so are known as listener. As the name suggests, listener primary task is to listen to an event, define and react according to that. The main purpose for which listeners are used by the programmer is to create logs and create the custom report according to specific scenario. There are a lot of listeners available in TestNG, I execution, I annotation transformer, I shoot listener, I test listener, I configure listener, method interceptor, I invoke method interceptor, I hookable reporter, but primarily I will be using the I test and I shoot. So I do this the only listener where we will be using more. So okay. So each listener has specific method that are overridden. Most popular listener and the method which are overridden by them mentioned below. So iTest listener is one of the most commonly used listener in Selenium WebDriver. The programmers simply need to implement the iTest listener interface and overriding all the method of this interface in order to use it. It makes the call before and every test present in the suite. There is something on state, on start, on finish. That will be work before starting or execution over at the suite level. On test start, on test failure, on test skip, on test success, it will be applicable for every test case level. Whenever this is success, it will call that start. sorry, whenever starting it will call the start, whenever failure it will call automatically on test failure, whenever success it will pass, it will automatically call on test success, on test skipped in case any test case is getting skipped. So that is the way it will work. Let's see how we can implement it. Let's comment out all this part for now. Let's create a couple of test cases. Okay, 4 test cases. So one test case will be pass, other test case is failing, and because of the failure other test case will be also depending, so it will be also skipped, and other test case will be failing. So two test case will be fail, one will be skipped and one will be passed here. So if you run it from here or testing.xml file, that does not have any problem. So one test case will be skipped, one test case will be passed, and two test cases fail, because this is the failure test case, because assertion fail, this is the failure, and because of this failure I have make other test cases dependent, so it will be also fail. Okay, now I want to print different result based on the testing result. You don't need to worry about anything, it will work based on the testing result. So what you can do, you can go to the training folder, you can create a class, new normal class, say test listener. Okay, no need to select public static void main, and here you need to implement, because class to interface you need to use the word called implement I test listener. Press Ctrl Enter, automatically will be coming org.testng. I test, simply I test listener, not I testng listener, I test listener. And here sometime all the unimplemented methods are sometimes should be automatically populated, but here some problem is test, no testng problem in the previous version. So you need to go right click, and you need to click on the source, and you need to click on override implement method, that's all. And you need to select all the method whatever is coming from the listener. Sometimes that is the solution, work it out. Now you can remove everything from here. Okay, that's better, because this is the default thing is coming, sometimes it might create problem. So just only that body part, right? Now we'll be implementing something. Okay, so say this is the, you could see I test context means at the should level it will only work. So here if you want to print out something, say say within the double quote test ng on start, test ng maybe shoot on start, and then here you can concatenate, and here you can give double clone space, and you can concatenate plus what is the variable name, context, right? That is the variable name here. So I will be giving concatenation dot get name, so you can get the test case name with that particular word, right? And similarly it is a should level, so you can have the same variable, so you can give on finish as well. So test ng on finish should level and that get name. Okay, then you can give for the pass, fail or skip part, which will be on the test level, right? On test start, so it will be only starting whenever. So test ng cases on start, test ng test cases, test case level, test case level, not the should level. Here you need to give the variable name, it will be changed, right? Simply. So similarly a success mean test ng test case on passed, whenever it will be passed it will be display the result success. Similarly whenever there is a failure, right, you can give it whenever it is failure, fail, so you can change it accordingly, fail every time. And something is skipped, right, you can give something on skipped, means test case on ignored or skipped, that's all. So I have, this is the only one time activity I have did. So based on the nature of the testing I want to update it accordingly. So you don't need to worry, in case this case is fast, automatically it will try to execute that one on test start and on test Passed. In case it is a failure, it will only execute that one. In case success, it will. In case it skip, it will only work. So based on the actual type, it will invoke it. So that simple thing of the listener. So you no need to worry about it. Then how you can implement listeners? So you need to go to the class level. So there are two ways I have mentioned here. First you need to use at the test level listener package name dot the class name dot class, and here you can give it at the rate listener listn, press control enter. You could see it is coming from the org.testng.annotations, and here you can give some package name. What is the package name? Training dot, what is the class name? Test listener dot class. So that's the syntax you need to give at the class level. Now if you execute from the test.xml file, you need to understand how it is behaving. You could see some one test case passed, two failure and two one skip. But what you output you are getting? Okay. Test engine should on start. It will be only execute only one time at the should level. So it is executing, right? Should level. After that, test case on start. Every time whenever test case is starting, it will be execute that one. Test case on start. It is working with the test name test one. Then test case one passed. So that is the reason it is calling test engine test case passed. That one. Success. And again test engine to start. Test engine 2 is getting failed. So it is calling test engine test case to fail. That part. Failure. On failure. And then start 4. And task 4 also getting failed. Right here. 4 also getting failed, 2 failed and 4 also getting failed. That is the reason it is calling the fail. And again test engine 3 start, and but now 3 is ignored or skipped. So it is calling that one, ignore or skipped. So based on the testing type now. And test engine on finish, it is calling the last at the should level. Now say let's proceed. Let's see. Let's update one more test cases. Let's pass one test cases. Let's see whether the passing is getting called for test 4 or not. So test 4 now what called? Test 4 fail. Now I am passing the test cases. So assassin is passed. So now my total two test cases will be passed. One will be failed, one will be skipped, and I will see the update accordingly. So test case 4 passed now, right? Assad equal. Now you could see here. Go to console and you could see here. Test ng test 4 method on passed because it is calling now this listener instead of failure. Now this is calling the success. So that is the way. Here you can give some code, right? If you want to capture screenshot and other stuff, you can give accordingly. So that is the way framework will develop. So it is your choice what you want to code it, and part your that code will take on the test cases execution actual execution status level, whether pass or fail or skip and other stuff. So that is the beauty of the listener. It will just kind of guide the execution based on the actual status, not on the other way. Okay. There is any other way is available, same way you can just add the listener tag here and you can give a try. So you can remove that part here or the listener and you can give the tag here, tag name in the test.xml file, and you can simply run it. Package name dot the class name, the should level. So what you can do, you can remove the comment here. Okay, sorry, you can comment it. Okay, you no need to add it here. Okay, you can go to the test.xml file and you can copy that listener after the should level. Put the test level. What is the package name? Training dot. Oh. That's all. It will work in the same way. Yeah, you could see this work in the same way. There is no change at all, right? But only that is the difference. Okay, so 2 pass now the other stuff is also coming. So this is the two way for implementing the listener. Okay. Next part. So I already showed you how to execute fail test case with the help of that file, right? Fail hyphen testing.xml file. Okay, testing hyphen fail XML file. But without this file, in this file you have to run it manually every time. But I want to make it automated process, right? I don't want to run it all this stuff. I want to make it automated. In case it is failure, I want to run for 5 times. In case it is failure, I want to run for 5 times, 10 times. I want to make it automated. Then how can I do it? So I need to call the listener class. So test method will be failed because of many reasons, like uncertain behavior of the application, network issue, which is not the valid failure. Sometimes it's a false failure. Okay. To overcome the false failures, user might need to re-execute the test case, but I want to automate it instead of like manual intervention. I can make it 5 times. Next day I can change it to 10 times. So it will try to execute 10 times only for the failed test case, not for the first one. Okay. Then how can I do it? So let's try to create some more class, normal Java class. Say retry analyzer, class name I am giving retry failed execution. Okay. So I need to implement some interface. Implement. What is the interface I will be implementing? I retry analyzer. I retry analyzer. Org.testng is coming. So you could see some error message is coming. What is the error message? Because whenever you are implementing the listen any kind of interface, you need to implement all unimplement method. Last time it did not happen due to some known issue in the test ng. Otherwise, automatically it should come. Until you are implementing all unimplemented method, it will not allow. So that is the way, right? You need to think. So here I already written a code. So just you can copy the code. No need to write anything. Okay. So simply just copy it. I'll explain. So I can give start with some counter, right? Starting a variable I have given. Okay, as maybe 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever you can give, I can give it to 1 also, and maximum count means 5. So it will start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, means it will return for 5 times. If you give 10, so it will work for 10 times. Okay, and you can give some 5, so it will start with 5. That's all, only the value. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 means 6 time iteration it will work. Okay, so the current try until it is failing, it will only try, but in case it is a pass, it will not try. That's the simple thing. Okay, so I need to keep, I think, one more bracket. Yeah. Okay, so that is a simple thing. Then now I can implement it. So that is the thing I already written, right? Now what I need to do, I need to go to the test case level. Let's close. That's fine. Let's, you can give it, not be a problem at all. Go to the test cases level, and here you can give whatever test case you need to run it, right? Here you give it something called retry analyzer. Okay, and give what is the test cases class name dot class. So wherever you will be giving those test cases, it will try to re-execute it. So I can give it all the test cases. That's all. Okay. Here in case if something is there, you can give a comma. That not be a problem. Okay. Now let's try to run from the destination.xml file. Always try to run this kind of listener already interface. So you could see now. Okay. So you could see for failure 1, but it is trying to run. Right. There was 4 test cases, but it is run for 9 times. So it's increased by 5 more times. Why? Because I have given the listener class to run from 5 to 10 means 6 times. So 4 plus, right, and extra 5 times. So it is running. Now if you give 1, or 0, 0 to 10. So it will be running for 11 times. So total 3 test cases will be running 3 times and 1 test case will be 11 times, means 14 times. So that is the way. In case of false failure, automatically to try to execute and you can give the thing by your automatically. So you no need to worry how many times, you can see 14 times. One test case 11 times, one other 3 test case 1 time. So you could see every time it is giving the same thing, right? All this stuff. Now you can again give it the count, right? 0 to 5, so it will be 6 times. So 3 plus 6 equal to 9 again. Oh, sorry. So that is the beauty of this one. So everything we can automate it slowly, slowly. Okay. So that is the another important implementation of the listener class. Now in the last topics, I'll cover how to do the parallel testing. So you already got the concept of threading. So thread, what is thread? In case you are having multiple work, right? In case you want to deploy multiple persons, so they can work the parallelly. Suppose say you are having 10 works to complete one by one. Even you are the only one person, so you will be doing one by one. But in case you are having 5-member team and in case you are having 10 members, so you can distribute the work based on the thing. They can complete and they can pick it up, so you can just do the thing early. Okay, so parallelism or multi-threading in software term is defined as the ability of the software's operating system or programs to execute multiple part of the subcomponent of another program simultaneously. TestNG allow the test to run in parallel or multi-threaded mode. This means that based on the test suite configuration, different threads are started simultaneously and the test method are executed in them. This gives the user a lot of advantage over normal execution, mainly reduction in execution time and ability to verify the multi-threaded code. So you need to give the thread count and method equal to parallel. That's all. Okay, to do the parallelly. So what I will do, I'll show you what is the way you can do the parallel testing. Let's comment it. So let's have some test cases. I already having some test cases here. Okay. So having 4 test cases. Okay. So I have 4 test cases. So one is for opening the Facebook page, entering the email password, getting the title. Another is just opening the Facebook page. Another is opening the Google page in Firefox browser driver, not in the Chrome. So I have multiple browser as well. And last test case is opening the Reddit page. Okay, that is the 4 test cases. Now if you want to run it from here, so what it will do, it will try to run it one by one. Okay, one by one based on the alphabetical order. Okay, or done, 2 test case 2 done, 3 done, 4 done, like that. It will one by one. So it might take some time, but I don't want to have the time, right? I don't want to work right one by one all this stuff. Okay, so if you run from the class level or suite level, it will be having same impact. Okay, that does not have any problem. It will also work same way. Okay. Okay, based on the alphabetical order, it will try to run it. Okay, but I want to run parallelly. So what you can do, right? You can just simply write suite name. You can give something. You can give parallel equal to method and thread count. Okay, so what I can do, suite name was already there. So here instead of that, I can give it testng parallel. Parallel testing. Okay, then give space. Suite name. Then give parallel equal to methods at method level. Parallel, whatever you can give it, right? Method level, test level, whatever you can give. Parallel, parallel equal to, within the double quote, equal to double quote methods, then thread count equal to give 3. Okay, what is that? Here I have removed that one. Okay, yeah, that's all. Shoot, there is no command other stuff, only within the double quote, right? Parallel equal to method test or whatever you can give it. And thread count is 3 thread I want to work. Now let's try to run it and let's see. So you could see 3 test cases are running simultaneously, not one by one. And once 3 is completed, then it will try to run the other one, right? You could see it is doing fast, much faster, because I am using multiple thread, means multiple resources working parallelly. You could see. So here, if you have any still any doubt, you could see 3 test cases immediately run, right? 3 test cases started running, 3 browsers started running, right, immediately, and getting the result in quick span of time. Okay, so Chrome browser is running for 3 times immediately, right? You could see, instead of executing one test case, 3 Chrome browsers started simultaneously, parallelly. Let's try to run it again and let's see. So parallelly, it will try to execute the test case parallelly. 3 browsers opening parallelly, not waiting for the other test case to complete it. That is the way you can run at shoot level, test level, other level based on a requirement. But that is the concept. You need to give the thread count. You need to give the parallel equal to method level test or other stuff, and that is the way you can do it. So let's me cover the thing. Okay, then I will just have any question in case any I will take it up. So grouping part I already told, right? That in case you are having 100 test cases, 500 test cases, you need to group them one time, and after that, based on the requirement, you can just try to run based on the grouping. So it will filter the test case and will execute it. You can save the time. You can get the desired result in quick span of time instead of running all the thing again and again and again. Because running everything is not a requirement always. Okay, sometimes test case might be failed, but your objective might be to running them only the failure test case instead of running all the test cases again and again. There is two concepts. One is without listener class, which is nothing but you need to go to the folder test output folder, and there is a test engine dot hyphen fail XML. So if you run it, only it will try to execute the fail test case. Apart from that, right, you can also use the listener class, right? It analyzer listener is there, and you can automate the process. You can give the like how many number of iterations you want to do it. So in case of any false failure, it will try to execute it, and in case it is getting passed, it will pass the test case. That is the way automatically. Manual intervention not required at all to run only the fail test case or to monitor only the fail test case. Parameter is nothing, but in case you want to run multiple test cases with same set of data, that is called parameterization. So you can keep the parameter part and you can give that thing, and in that test.xml file you can give the parameter value. Automatically your run will be driven based on the parameter value, and you can give it should level, test level, but test level it will up taking the high level precedence or advantages. It will override the should level in case same parameter and value is available, multiple value is available. Data provider is nothing, but in case you want to run a single test with a different variety of the data, suppose in case you want to create some test data, so you just different combination, but you can create the data, so it will be data provider. So same test case will be running it multiple times. Interfaces, sorry, listener is nothing but it will listen first. This is a lot of interfaces. So if you just implement the interfaces, so it will only work according to your execution status. Every time it will change based on the pass, fail, skip, all this stuff. And you can have the body based on the listener. Automatically your test case will be work accordingly based on the listener. So it will just listen and just modify the behavior of test engine. So parallel is nothing but in case, suppose say in case you want to execute work, in case you want to complete the work simultaneously parallelly, right? You instead of one resource you want to involve more resources to save the time to do the work faster, so you can do the parallelism. So just you need to go to the test.xml file. You need to add the thing called parallel equal to test level or class level, should level, all this stuff. On method level, you need to give the count how many right resources you want to involve it, and then you can do the parallel testing. Okay, so that's all from today's session, guys. So next session same thing, right? Whatever you have tried to implement in the data driven testing. Okay, okay, means data provider, not data provider. Okay, this part we will try to automate it with the help of the Excel. Okay, data provider part, yeah. So then you can understand how we to read the data and hide the data from the Excel. That is called will be the framework, data driven framework, keyword framework, hybrid framework, all this stuff will be covered. And the last session will be covered the BDD cucumber, where we will be creating some project called Maven project instead of Java project. So you could already see Java class, test engine class, then you will see the Maven project and other stuff. And we will also try to generate some beautiful report. As of now, you already seen the test engine report, right? How to generate it, and where you will see that report called extend report. And that is the way, like, you will be getting good confidence. And after, once you are really confident on these topics, whatever I am trying to cover, then go with the other one, whatever you want to do, and it will usually learn it. But try to focus on the way whatever I am trying to cover, so that will give you the most and most weightage. Okay, so that's all, guys. Thank you.